This is Deep Rock Galactic. You've most likely seen it. If not, you've heard some of the stuff in it.
Mushroom! Mushroom! We're rich! Mushroom! Mushroom! We're rich!
My first video was actually of this game. A shitty quick edit I did, just kicking barrels, but it was fun to do. I enjoyed this game the same way I do Warframe, bellowing a stupid amount of time to do really dumb shit, or just pop on and off after like 2 missions. I adore how the terrain looks. Hell, the map itself is shaped like a brain. Each zone has its own beauty and hazards to look for. The irradiated caves have the obvious risk of radiation and radioactive enemies, while it has an interesting, curious type of barren look. The overgrown zones have a wild look that I just adore, with it stabbing you or throwing you off a cliff while you explore the area. The zones just look nice, and you'll almost never get the same cave twice. These caves are procedurally generated, and are essentially going to be your home. The only place you'll be at more than the caves is the space station. And of course you can break the terrain. You're a space dwarf. Not only are you a space dwarf, you are multiple choices of space dwarf. 4 types, each with a bunch of customization. You aren't even locked out of playing a class if somebody else chooses it. You can just be an ant colony digging holes everywhere. Or make an NGTF2 lobby. Everyone can have grappling hooks. Or, ironically, slow zip lines everywhere. It's a team-based game that makes sure everyone has a chance to work together in their own way. The game is a fun way to make sure everyone works well together by adding a single little button. It's a salute button.
Like that! Rock and stone! Rockety rock and stone!
That's all it does. You can be on the other side of the cave system entirely, but as long as somebody's close enough to hear it, chances are the entire team is going to respond with the exact same thing. I've had a few public games where one person shouts, everyone does. Not to be confused with the shout button, which just makes you yell and marks where you are. Each class has multiple weapons to choose from, but you don't get them right away. No, you have to play the game and try to get the stuff to unlock the weapons. At certain ranks, you get the quest to get a weapons license, and even then, you still have to get the materials to get the weapon. And you still need to upgrade the gear from stuff in the caves. Does it sound annoying? Yeah. Is it? Not really. All the stuff you need is in the caves. You're gonna go to each zone anyway, it's just to keep an eye out for minerals or glowy crystals. Yes, Deep Rock has DLC, but it's to support the devs and it's all cosmetic. You don't get a boost to get better than anyone else. No, you get better by just playing the game. The season soon, or now by the time the video's out, I'm not sure, can be swapped out so you get all those sweet, sweet goodies you've missed out on. And even if that isn't the case by the time this is out, you can still find ways to unlock old past cosmetics. They don't want you to miss out, and I respect that so much. I wouldn't want someone to miss out on models and stories I worked so hard on to make either. I'm looking at you, Fortnite. Deep Rock is time-consuming and be quite unfair at times. Part of that just comes with being an objective-based horde shooter. You can do just as much in the lower difficulties as you can the higher ones if you feel like you're struggling. But if you find yourself busy a lot, you may not have a lot of time to do missions that can go up to half an hour or more, but that depends on the team. If you find you don't have a lot of time to spare, or you don't like the repetitive nature, I'd suggest something else. All in all though, Deep Rock Galactic is still getting updates and has a very active community, and it's one that's generally pretty welcoming. Even if you don't feel comfortable playing with others, it accommodates it quite well. It gives you a whole drone that can revive, mine, and shoot things. And more, but I probably haven't noticed it.
Bosco, come here!
Each class and their weapons make for a very full game, and again, still getting content. It's got seasonal events as well, because who doesn't want silly gear for the holiday? You can mix and match your gear to play your style and go even further with the overclock system, which I am not the one to educate you on. Just know if you want a greater magazine or to consistently set enemies on fire, look at the overclocks. We have options like faster reload, all fire, send yourself flying, freeze bolts, or if you really wanted to, a really good mustache. I cannot preview it. 2 mustache. 3 mustache. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and see ya. Hey, future me, please make a bite of 87-bit. Thanks. Shitty Eddie. Ed, and Eddie? All 3 of them? Slide Eater? Deep Rock and Warframe are in the same area for me of, oh, let's spend the next 5 hours. Or, 5 minutes? 5 minutes. The Overgrown Zones have a wild...